Hey mom, how's it going? Pretty good. Yeah, I'm just at work at home. Oh, wait mom, I gotta go. I'm filming a video. Sorry, talk to you later. Bye. What's going on guys? This is DIVIJ. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk about how to land a brand partnership deal as an influencer, as a musician. How do you reach out to brands, brands like Bang Energy, brands like Zara, or brands even like Go Macro. If you guys ever had these, it's really good. How do you reach out to brands and actually land deals as an influencer with a big following? So as an example, right, if you're someone like Hannah Geraldo, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and you've got 10, 15 million subscribers on YouTube, Instagram, maybe even TikTok, how do you leverage that following to actually make money? So the interesting thing is that it doesn't just apply to influencers of that scale. If you're someone who has 100,000 followers on Instagram and your engagement rate is extremely high, you can actually still get a brand deal with a company like Tide or Manscaped, Hooman. There's so many different companies, and those are just some of the few companies that I've actually done brand deals with for my clients. So as an example, one of my clients is a big influencer named Hooman. If you guys haven't heard of him, he does gold digger pranks, shampoo pranks. He's one of the only YouTubers in the world to have over 20 million views on 25 consecutive videos. And he has over 1 billion views on his channel, and he's absolutely crushing it, right? So some of the brands that we've done deals with are Bang Energy, Manscaped, Hooman, Wow Shampoo. How do I actually go about getting these brand deals, right? So as someone who doesn't work for a large agency, I don't have any sort of big company that's backing me up. It's sort of me on my computers trying to find these brands, right? So how do I do it? Well, there's really 3 ways that I've been able to secure brand deals. And I'm actually gonna show you some of the ones that I've done for Hooman. So the first one is this. This is a deal that we did with Manscaped. It's a pure Instagram post. Hooman actually also posted on his story, with a swipe up, and directed some of his traffic to Manscaped's website. And this deal, was somewhere in the $5,000 to $15,000 range. My whole point with this is there's a lot of different ways for you to actually go out and get brands. So for me, it's been LinkedIn outreach, email outreach, making calls, a whole lot of Instagram DMs and business development through Instagram. And pretty much just going out, meeting people. Let's say you reach out to a brand, or vice versa, a brand reaches out to you. They would typically reach out and say, hey, we love your content. We really would love to promote our products through your platform, right? So then you would respond and say, okay, great, this is how I typically do it. We could do a 60-second, video integration on YouTube. We could do a permanent feed post on Instagram. We could do story swipe up posts on Instagram. You give them sort of your packages. And you can also leave it a little open-ended and be like, look, we're happy to come up with some sort of custom package that works for you as a brand. These are our rates. So you present your rates, the brand comes back to you typically with a counter offer, or sometimes if you're lucky and they really, really appreciate you, they'll accept the offer right off the bat, and they'll send over their contract, and all you gotta do is read through it, make any adjustments, have them make any adjustments and then sign it. So that's typically the process of how it works. You want to make sure that you're being fairly paid though as an influencer and as a musician, because a lot of these brands, unfortunately they'll lowball you and say, hey, look, we've got a low budget, we just want to do a test. We'll give you $5,000, for an Instagram post, story post, YouTube integration, etc., the whole package. Now, you don't have to accept that offer, right? $5,000 is a lot of money, but what you should do is really think about what your platform's worth, right? And there's a lot of tools out there that can help you figure out what your platform's worth. So you would typically respond with the counter offer. A lot of influencers wonder, how does the payment structure actually work, right? So with a lot of these bigger brands, typically how it works is they'll pay you 50% of the total rate. Let's say your rate's $10,000. They're gonna pay you $5,000 via bank wire, PayPal, Cash App, whatever it is. And they'll typically not pay you right up front when you sign the contract. They'll typically pay you after you've shown them a draft of the content. So before you post it, but actually after you've actually made the content, right? And typically brands will have their own content guidelines, sort of talking points they want you to go over, and they expect you to sort of put something together, send it to them for approval, and if they approve it, then of course that's when they'll pay you that 50%. You guys would agree on some sort of posting time, you'd post it, and then as soon as you post it, you typically want to reach out to them, send them an invoice and say, hey, content has been posted, please send the other 50% of the rate. Now, a lot of brands, when you send them that draft, they actually won't approve it. They'll have adjustments they want to make, so they'll come back to you and say, hey, we want you to make these adjustments, say these things differently, etc., etc. You would then go back, make those adjustments, resend them a draft for a content draft for approval. Once they approve it, the same process applies. So that's typically how it works with a brand deal. It's super fun stuff, guys, and I can guarantee you that if you're someone who has somewhat of a following on Instagram, even if it's as little as 20, 30,000, sometimes even lower, you can still secure brand deals. So if you're an influencer, content creator, there's so many opportunities for you out there. It doesn't have to just be brand deals. There's other things like merchandise, e-commerce, all that kind of stuff. But if you have any questions and want to know how brand partnerships really work, my email and contact information is going to be in the description box. That's it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.